Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Afternoon Tune. I'm your host, Josh, and with me is my cough and colds today, Hunter from the Real Pineapple Podcast. How's it going, Hunter?
Pretty good, pretty good. Happy Saturday, y'all.
Happy Saturday. Hope everybody had a good holiday, good Christmas, good Kwanzaa, good Hanukkah. Even though Hanukkah, yeah, that's still going on right now.
Hold
How
on.
long does Hanukkah last? Like what?
Oh, don't. It's like a week, I think.
Two, 2 weeks, week and
Is
a
it 2
half.
weeks? Is it 2 weeks?
I don't know. I'm not.
Oh God damn it. Now I gotta Google because now I'm
I think it's
paranoid.
two. I think it's like 2 weeks. I think.
That sounds right. Let's see.
Yeah. Hunter's doing that good research there, trying not to be insensitive to the Jewish members of the community.
It is 8 days.
Okay, it's 8 days.
Boom.
8 days, 8 nights. Yeah, they did an Adam Sandler. I should know.
Yeah, right. I know. Like, well, we didn't want to think associate with a shit movie, so we were trying to we're trying to show respect. But yeah,
is that the biggest movie about Hanukkah? That's probably gotta be the biggest movie about Hanukkah, most mainstream one, right?
I mean, oh God, probably as sad as that is, yeah. Probably that one.
Don't worry, I'll get in Hollywood. I'll make a Hanukkah movie.
I think. Like your floor is low concerning.
Yeah. I'll get in there. I'll make a Hanukkah movie for you people there, for not just the people, but for all people. Everyone, for all people included. But yeah, thank you for joining me, Hunter, on this good night here, helping me with these reviews during this Christmas time. We got a lot of movies that dropped. I reviewed a good batch of movies yesterday with Dusk. He helped me with Nosferatu, Mufasa, and The Complete Unknown. So yeah, and then you're helping me today with Babygirl, The Piano Lesson, and The Fire Inside. I'm also doing a stream tomorrow. I'm gonna be joined by Chris Ayers. He's gonna be helping me review Juror Number 2, Carry On, and Azriel. So shout out to him for that. And I'm also going to be doing a stream Monday with Sage from Rated M for Immaturity. Sage is going to be doing some video game stuff with me since it's the 30th year anniversary for PlayStation. We're going to be counting down our 10 favorite PlayStation games of all time. Also doing reviews for PlayStation games, Alan Wake and Control, even though those weren't exclusive to the system of PlayStation. Those were available for all systems available. Still going to be doing reviews for that there. I recently beat those video games. So just giving a review for those. Next week there, Friday, I think next week, what comes out? We're getting into the new start of the new year. So we're going to probably doing our best of Friday or Saturday there, doing that. So I already written down my list for best and worst movies of 2024. Hunter, are you doing a best of? When is that coming along?
My best of isn't going to be done until like third week of January. I've got a lot of shit I still need to watch. I still need to watch The Brutalist. I still need to watch there's some other stuff I still want to watch. So I haven't seen Furiosa yet. I haven't seen The Brutalist yet. I've got screeners for him. I haven't watched Sing Sing yet. So I've got like maybe 8 or 9 movies I want to watch before I finalize lists. But I'm gonna try to knock those out next week. But I'm also trying not to. I watched 3 movies today, so I'm putting my work in, people. but it'll probably be like late January, because I don't want to go out, honestly, to see A Complete Unknown. Hopefully that hits VOD. If not, whatever. I just dude, I don't feel like dealing with the public. Like I hate this time of year for going to the theater. So so it'll probably be like late January for both lists, but I'll probably knock them both out in one shot. So yeah.
Well, let people know about you, what you got going on, what you got coming up next, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so I actually reviewed this movie called I Like Movies, which is a really good indie film, and I actually interviewed the star of the film, Romina Dugo. Went ahead and interviewed her. Yeah, there you go. Went ahead and interviewed her. So the video is up on the channel now. But
this her?
No, that's another interview I did for this other movie called A Perfectly Good Moment. Top right.
Oh, here it is.
There you go. Yeah. So So I went ahead and interviewed her. She gave me an hour of her time, which was so incredibly kind of her. But yeah, really good interview. Lot of fun. Really enjoyed talking to her. So yeah, so that the audio of that will be up tomorrow on all podcasts, and then wherever you listen to podcasts. And then as far as what I've got coming up, my review for Babygirl is up right now. For some reason, it didn't take my review of Nosferatu, so I really hope I don't have to fucking re-record that. But I'll probably have that up tomorrow, and then what's next week? Probably do. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do a live stream for AEW's premiere on HBO Max on the 1st. Their Fight for the Fallen show. So that'll be live. And then yeah, tomorrow my review for Sonic 3 and Knuckles will be live. Yeah, so lots of stuff coming up here in the next week or two. So,
and then if people go to your YouTube here, just type in the Real Pineapple Movie Podcast, they'll find you. This is also here in your bio. You got your links to link to everything you got: your Facebook, your Twitter, your Spotify, Podbean, SoundCloud.
Oh yeah, I am. Oh yeah, I need to have my Blue Sky because I'm not on Twitter anymore. Because man, Twitter, like just the glimpses I took on Twitter, Twitter is fucking melting down. Holy fuck! Very happy I'm not on Twitter. I just watched Borderlands today. Goddamn, like
it's a great
Hollywood,
movie.
dude. You know, good and goddamn well. Like, Hollywood is. Can y'all try? Can y'all like $200 million just down the goddamn drain? Such a bad movie. But yeah, I watched that today. Watched the piano lesson. Watched Strange Darling, which is fucking awesome. That's a great movie. Everyone should watch that shit. Don't watch Borderlands for the love of God. But yeah, got lots of reviews coming up, and then I should have another couple interviews coming up here in a couple weeks. I'm trying to lock some stuff down, so I don't want to say anything yet. But yeah, so yeah, lots of stuff coming up, and follow me on Letterboxd too. Letterboxd, I'm on there a lot. So
yeah, Letterboxd here, Black Shazam on Letterboxd, right?
Yeah. I don't really. I think that was like something I was using for a gaming tab. That's on my Discord. I think is what it is. Yeah. So yeah, but considering how bad Zachary Levi is, I feel comfortable claiming the Shazam name. But yeah, lots of good stuff coming out of the pipeline, and then I'll have a review for AEW World's End, which is their pay-per-view tonight. I'll have a review for that up on Tuesday. So yeah, lots of stuff coming down the pipeline for y'all.
So people can check out your reviews right here, Letterboxd there. If you want to follow you, so it's very awesome. Just Black Shazam, type that in, you'll be able to follow Hunter there. Very, very nice. So yeah, he's got a lot of great reviews here. He's got one of, like you said, I was gonna say Stranger Things. Strange Darling there, Borderlands here, Heretic. That's a cool poster for Heretic. I haven't seen that.
Right.
And Sonic 3. So those are his latest reviews there. So pretty
man,
awesome.
I will say too, man, like this has been a good year. Like I know we always I feel like the year always starts off slow. Like we're all like everyone is always kind of like, oh no, this year's gonna suck for film. And then, August, September hits and we get this avalanche of like great shit. And it's been a really good end to the year. Like Nosferatu fucking ruled. We'll talk about Babygirl, but there's been some there's been some great bangers here this last 3 months. So I'm excited to celebrate the year. And Golden Globes are next weekend, I think, or they're coming up. I think it's like January 6th. I think they might be.
Have they already announced them? They haven't announced the nominees, right?
Oh yeah, they did that like 3 weeks ago. Man. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, I missed that. Oh.
Yeah, man.
Let me see who's. I didn't know that.
Yeah, January 5th. Yeah, so next was that next Sunday? Yeah,
okay, so
yeah. So next Sunday, Gold Globes. So
here. Best Motion Picture. They got A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Nickel Boys. I really want to see that here.
Nickel Boy. Oh yeah, I that's probably the one I'm knocking out on Mondays. Nickel Boys. I need to check that out.
September 5th, and then The Brutalist.
I have not seen anywhere, like at least not near me. September 5th isn't playing anywhere. I don't know if it's in theaters yet, but yeah, I haven't seen shit for that.
I haven't seen it. That's not playing near me. Nickel Boys isn't playing near me. The Brutalist isn't playing near me.
This is why I always wait until late January. This is exactly why, because every so often I'll get lucky enough and like a studio might be like, oh, we forgot to send you this. Here's a screener. Or it'll hit VOD and I can just rent it myself. But
Yeah,
it's
September 5th is coming out January 17th.
oh, that's so dumb. Like, why wait till late before the yeah, that's really stupid.
It was released in select cinemas on December 13th.
Yeah, see, this is why Oscar, like, this is why this shit needs to hit VOD by like February 1st, because some people actually want to watch all the shit and be caught up before the Oscars, but studios make it hard. It's quite frustrating. But yeah, September 5th looks great. I actually am really excited to check that out. So.
Best motion picture, musical or comedy. You got A Real Pain, you got Anora, you got Challengers. I missed The Real Pain. I wanted to go see that. I missed it.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see that. I really wanted to, but
Amelia Perez. That's on Netflix, right?
It is. Yeah,
Okay.
I haven't checked that one out yet. That's gonna be one of those ones I check out here in the next couple weeks. So yeah, there's that one, and then there's the Angelina Jolie one, Maria, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I got there's a couple things that out there still, but
then also you got The Substance and Wicked or the other category.
Why? Wait, is that in the musical category?
Yeah, musical or comedy. Yep.
Or comedy. Okay. Really, The Substance is a comedy. I really hate how they label things sometimes. I don't think it's a like it's more of a dramedy, if anything. But yeah. Whatever. Anyways, Wicked should not win. I don't give a shit when anyone says it's a part goddamn one. People, all right,
what's that down. I mean, Spider-Verse won Best Animated Movie. That was a part one.
I mean, that's a complete story, though. Wicked is not a complete story. It literally ends with a to be continued. Give me a fucking break. I'm like, no, I'm not giving you that. As far as what I mean, I'm torn because Challengers is great, and that's just gonna miss my list most likely. I fucking love Challengers, but Anora's kind of my shit. So like, I'm pulling for Anora. I mean, Wicked's gonna win. Like, there's no point in having a conversation. That's what's gonna fucking win. But yeah, if Anora or Challengers pulls the upset, I'll be real. I'll be that asshole. I hope anything wins but Wicked. I
hate no Wicked, huh?
Dude, I hope Amelia Perez. Because the thing is, man, people have been like I gave Wicked a B, which I think is more than fair. And the amount, like, I've seen this shit on like in person, and the amount of people have been on my ass. Like, how's it only a B? It's like a B's good. Like, I didn't have Infinity War on my best of list because it's a part one. I was like, no, that's not fair. I'm gonna go ahead and
Captain Kirk would push Glinda out of the way for Elphaba's fine ass.
It's true, you would. It's true, you would. But yeah, 3.5 stars. Like, that's a B plus. Like, yeah, it's good. It's a good flick. It's just not best of the year, which, but
best most. I'm not gonna go through all. I was just curious. I'm not gonna go through.
Yeah. No, like I said, I think it's Defying Gravity. That's what I was waiting for, and Cynthia nailed that shit. So it's like it's a really good flick, and I actually watched it again after because I saw it in the theaters and I watched a screener for it. So I actually saw it twice just to make sure, in my grade. But yeah, it's a B. It's good. It's a good flick.
Yeah, I'm curious. Okay, so best performance by a female actor. I haven't seen most of these movies. I've seen Babygirl.
I want Pamela Anderson to win. It'll probably be Angelina Jolie.
Okay. Yeah. Have you heard she's that good in Maria?
I've heard she's amazing in it.
Okay.
So I just like, so The Last Showgirl is a good movie, but Pamela Anderson is great in it. Okay. Is what I'll say. So I wouldn't be. I'd actually be really happy for her if she won. But the thing is, Kate Winslet's there, and it almost feels like they almost like love giving her awards, even when she may not deserve them. So like, I see a world where she could win it too. But I don't know. It's an interesting category because Tilda Swinton. kind of talking about her like saying that she might want to retire. That might be part of a narrative that they kind of buy into. So I mean, you could make a case really for everyone in this category, but if you made me pick, it'll probably be Kidman. Because I think she probably should have, like, there's a couple times you could argue she should have won an Oscar, and this might kind of be the makeup award, So, so yeah, I'll say Kidman will win it there.
I'll watch Maria. So since it's on Netflix, I'll give it a watch. It's on Netflix. Then you got Adrian Brody, the best performance by a male actor in a drama. You got Adrian Brody, you got Coleman Domingo, you got Daniel Craig, you got Ralph Fiennes, you got Sebastian Stan, you got Timothy Chalamet.
So they screwed Sebastian Stan by giving him the nomination for The Apprentice and not for A Different Man. Like that,
he's good in both. I think he's very good in both.
But they're not going to award him for some Trump shit. Like they're not going to do that. So he's out. Like so that you can just cross his name out there. Coleman Domingo, from what I've heard, is incredible in Sing Sing. Like people have been raving about him. So I think it's kind of down to him and Brody.
Yeah.
I like Adrian Brody a lot. I'm a fan, but Coleman's the homie, man. I love that brother. So I hope he wins. I think Daniel Craig is actually great and queer, and Ray Fiennes is really good in Conclave as well. That's a great fucking movie. So I think Domingo's got that.
Yeah.
Watch Chalamet win, and we're like.
I mean, the Academy. I mean, I knew he was going to get nominated because people like it when people play real life.
They do, yeah. I'm just over the musical biopic. Like, I'm still mad at Rami Malek for getting all that, for getting that Oscar, which he did not deserve. But Chalamet, like, he's grown on me. Like, I've always been kind of like on Chalamet. Like, why is he the dude? Like, why are you guys trying to make him a thing? And then I saw Dune Part 2. I was like, okay, like, okay, I like, if we can do this more, then I get it. But it feels like he's kind of on that ascent, So yeah, happy for the dude. Like, I'm excited to watch The Complete Unknown eventually. But I think Domingo's got that.
Yeah, Adrian Brody was like, y'all ain't paid attention to me since I was a Jewish guy in the Holocaust. I gotta go back to being a Jewish guy.
Seriously, man. I mean, hey, it works, man. It gets you award nominations.
Yeah. So.
Go Denzel.
Yeah, happy 70th
yes,
birthday.
Happy birthday to the GOAT, the king.
Yeah,
love Denzel.
70th birthday to him. I loved him, and I'm glad to see him getting. I loved him in Anora. This guy.
He's fantastic in Anora. Yeah. Oh, he's amazing. He's like the one guy in there that's kind of decent. Because man, that's who, man. If you hate men, Anora is a movie for you to watch, because that movie gives you plenty of excuses to hate men, because that shit's rough. Yeah, like, so I mean, I know we're kind of going through here, but go The Substance for Best Director. While I'm not crazy about the movie, because like body horror is just like not my thing, and I think that last 30 minutes I was just like, okay, like, enough of this. But it fits the tone of the movie. Like, it falls in line with what the film actually does set up, and I do think the film is very well done. I think it's a very good flick. And the fact that who was it who originally had it? I think it was Universal, was like, oh, we don't want to pay that extra, what was like $1 million or whatever. They switched distributors, and it's, ends up grossing all this money. So I'm happy for the gamble it took, and it, hopefully horror slowly starts to get more representation, more respect, because it should, But yeah, pulling for what's her name? Coralie, is that right?
Coralie Farget.
Coralie, yeah. So yeah, props to her. I think she directed incredible. Like, you could honestly pitch more Anne Qualley for Best Actress and Best Supporting Actress, because they're both
Margaret Qualley.
Margaret Qualley, yeah, thank you. Did I say Margot? Did I say Margaret?
You
Margaret
said Anne Qualley.
Oh yeah, well, I was saying like Demi Moore and Qualley respectively for Best Actress, and yeah, see, I knew what I was doing, but But they're both fantastic. They should really both be nominated for Oscars. They probably won't be, unfortunately, but they should
Yeah,
be.
because they're not even. Yeah, she's here. She's in for supporting role.
Yeah, yeah. No, and it should be supporting. So I'll be real, man. Like, oh, what's
Demi Moore, oh, she's here for musical
yeah.
drama.
I I feel that's Cynthia's award, man. Like
Yeah,
I feel like that's where they're going, and they shouldn't, man. Like I'm such a fan of hers, but like I like Demi Moore better. I think Mikey Madsen is like the performance out of those
yeah. She's
six
my
right
pick
there.
for best actress. I think she's
Yeah,
gonna win.
yeah. Like I feel like that's kind of hers to now we say that, and we were both saying the same shit about fucking oh god damn it, Lily Gladstone last year, and
Yeah.
and look how that turned out. So we could be completely wrong, like just to hedge our bets a little bit, but
But it could be one of these women. It could
it
be
could.
Angelina Jolie. It could be like in the Oscars. It could be
That's
any of them.
why this gets so difficult, is because you have 12 nominees between those two categories, and then that shit's cut down to like 5. So like it'll probably be ugh god it'll probably be Demi Moore.
No, I don't think she's gonna get nominated.
You don't think so?
I
Yeah,
I
I'm
love
gonna
the substance. I would love that she got nominated, but I don't think they'll nominate.
I'm gonna put the 100 guarantee on there. I think she's gonna get nominated.
$100,000 bet on it.
Let's not be silly now, all right? but I think it's gonna be Moore, Madison, Cynthia, so that's 3, Kidman, and then probably Jolie. Probably. I think Pamela Anderson gets left out in the cold. I think what might be interesting is if she wins the Golden Globe and she doesn't get nominated, because I could totally see a world where that happens, where they go like, "Hey, good job," but also not that good of a job.
My prediction: there's 5 nominees, right?
I think it's 5.
5. So they're gonna nominate Cynthia Erivo.
Yeah,
They're gonna nominate.
right. I know.
Mikey
Yeah.
Madison,
Okay, that's 2.
Zendaya.
You're gonna go. Okay, you're gonna go her. Okay, fair.
I don't think it's gonna be Nicole Kidman.
Interesting.
It's definitely not gonna be Amy Adams for Night Bid.
Yeah, she's not getting shit. Yeah,
I don't think it's gonna be Demi Moore because the movie, the substance.
Okay.
I don't think so. I love it, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
So that I'm gonna go with Angelina Jolie and then Kate Winslet.
Okay. Yeah, and honestly, man, there's a world where you're 1,000% correct. Like I could easily see that being the case. So yeah, you could be right, man.
Oh, he got nominated for A Different Man. So he got nominated for 2 performances.
Okay. Yeah, like between these, so look, I love Glenn Powell. Nate's man crush. I love me some Glenn Powell. I'm happy for Jesse Eisenberg because hearing him talk about BVS, you can tell that shit just kind of broke his ass a little bit. I want Hugh Grant to win. I love that movie so goddamn much. Like I want Hugh to win for it. I think Hugh deserves to win for it. But it'll probably be Eisenberg. It'll probably be Eisenberg.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he's gonna. I think that's gonna really shock some people. I think that movie's gonna have some more Oscar push than I think people are thinking. Because I think there's a world where there's a what's his name? Culkin probably gets Best Supporting Actor nomination. You probably get a Best Original Screenplay out of it. So yeah, so I think those 2 are Oscar locks right now. I'll just say that right now. But
okay, yeah.
And then I think Nikki Glazer is hosting. I think that's the host of it. I think. Yeah, it is Nikki Glazer.
That name, the comedian, right? Female comedian.
Yeah. She's funny.
Okay.
I mean, fine too, but yeah, yeah, she's.
Weren't
good.
you on here when we talked about female comedians and you said you really liked her, or?
I was, yeah, and I did, yeah. She's because she's been killing at the Comedy Central roast off and on for like the last 5 years, and she has this what's it called, Peacock like reality show called like Welcome Home, Nikki Glazer. That's actually pretty funny. Heard her on some podcasts. Like she's very witty, and her stand up is actually pretty funny. Her last HBO special that I'm totally blanking on was actually really fucking good. So yeah, she's quite talented. Hopefully her follow-up from the Golden Globes is better than Gerard Carmichael's, because whoo man, had that
I don't even remember. He hosted last year. I don't even remember.
He hosted last year. See, exactly. You don't even remember he hosted last year.
Well, I don't think we even do shows for Golden Globes anyway. So I'm like,
yeah, but yeah, that he got that weird. Now I will say, if you want some comedy, watch the clip from his reality show where he confesses his love to Tyler the Creator, and he is just not having that shit. Oh man, it's one of the most.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Oh, it's so uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable, but it's so good.
But what I think,
what do you think that is?
Awkward. It's because I told you I had feelings for you, and we didn't talk about it ever. That was like weird. I don't know if it was just too.
he's like, can we not do this right now?
I don't know. Like it's just like I feel like you left me hanging out there a little bit.
Like when you said that, I think I replied with like something super mad, normal, regular, like.
You laughed and called me a stupid bitch.
I did.
Yeah, that sounds like Tyler. No fucks, dude. I love Tyler, man. No fucks given, man.
And I think I just like brushed it off.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah. Getting news.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch this. I hear it's pretty good. I've been meaning to check it out.
So the thing is, man, you learn a lot about him. Like you need to be comfortable knowing that you're gonna learn a lot about what he likes sexually, and just there's gonna be some shit that makes you cringe. And that like I love uncomfortable humor, and that scene had me squirming, like wanting to be anywhere.
Joe, they didn't cut to Samuel L. Jackson. It's like, fuck, where's Samuel L. Jackson?
Right. He's like, yeah, get him. but no, it's I think he's a great comedian. I think he's a really great comedian. But yeah, that reality show, if you're a fan, you may not want to watch it because there's some shit in there.
So yeah. And then of course, after this stream here, when we're done, I'll go ahead and raid somebody. Good people on Cosmopolitics, Christina, who's been on the show before, helping me out for reviews. Last time she was on, she helped me out with Wicked. Yeah, helped me review that. You were on here when she was on here, right? Christina?
I think I was in the chat, maybe, but
okay, but you weren't on the show.
No,
you've never been on with her? Okay.
No.
Okay. And then there's also Vanity Spheres is on. He's playing that Dragon Age. There's also Meanie Portable. She's on. She's a wrestling content creator. You might like her. She does a lot of wrestling stuff there.
Oh yeah.
So this is her. Mr. Beast is showing right now because it's a commercial. But yeah, so this is her. Yeah, she's a wrestling content creator. She live streams all the AEW, WWE, all that good stuff there.
Oh nice. Hell yeah.
So awesome. So shout out to Meanie Portable there. Obviously I'm not subbed because I get a commercial, but that's okay. I still watch her streams there and give her a rate. Oh, here she is. Yeah, so there she goes. She kind of look. Doesn't she look a little bit like Mikey Madison? You think?
She does a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it looks a little bit like.
Nice Kurt Angle poster there. That's nice.
Oh yeah, that in the background. Oh okay.
Yeah. I just fed you. No, you're fine. Ignore my cat.
All right, people. Let me queue up these reviews. Go ahead. We'll review Fire Inside first.
Yeah, sure.
Then we'll do Babygirl. Then we'll do the piano lesson. We'll do that. And then we'll head out of here. All right. Let me pull up my notes for this. Here we go. Go ahead and get started. Very awesome. So you saw this today or you saw it yesterday?
Oh, dude, I saw this like a month ago.
Oh, you saw this a month ago. Oh, I forgot. You get the inside scoop.
Yep. Putting in that work. But yeah, no, I got my notes still on it. So
okay. All right. So our first review of the day is going to be for the film The Fire Inside. The Fire Inside is a movie directed by Rachel Morrison here. Rachel Morrison, who's done some other stuff there. She did Lost and Found. She did Redemption, Maddie there. These are short films that she did. Um, and she's coming to do this. This is a sports biopic film about the life of Clarissa Shields. Clarissa Shields is a female boxer there who rose to prominence, who's still rising to prominence. She's only 29 years old.
Yeah,
Uh,
fucking
she
crazy.
Currently, she's considered one of the best female boxers in the sport. So yeah, this is chronicles her early life there and her rise, especially when she went to the Olympics. But yeah, so you see her there, where she's going to the 2012 Summer Olympics to win the gold medal. She comes from Flint, Michigan, and you see that she comes from a very kind of broken, rough environment, rough in a home there, and what kind of the outlet that sports provides for her. Here in this, you have Clarissa Shields, who's played by Ryan Destiny in this, who's also actually the same age as Clarissa Shields is currently. She's 29, but they do a good job at making her look a lot younger because
They do. I was
uh,
shocked by that actually.
yeah, because throughout the most of the movie, she's supposed to be 16, 17 years old. So it's still in high school, which even makes it even more impressive that this girl was able to do that, was able to train and go to the Olympics and actually win a gold medal at such a young age as she was. So even with this kind of a lot of this movie details there. This was also written by Barry Jenkins. Barry Jenkins, who we just talked about, he just directed a movie called Mufasa there, The Lion King, but he's also done much better work. He's done movies like Moonlight and then things like If Beale Street. But yeah, I'm gonna pass it around, get some thoughts on this. Hunter, what are your thoughts on Fire Inside?
Yeah, so you kind of said it. The biggest surprise about this movie is that usually, it's the montage, they win, roll credits. But her winning is like at like the halfway point of the movie, which shocked the shit out of me because like I saw the trailer for this. I was like, okay, yeah, this looks good. And Barry Jenkins, love that brother. And you know, I'll watch anything of Brian Tyree Henry at this point, like that. He's a day one. Pretty much the whole Atlanta cast. Like they do anything, I'm there. But the boxing sequences in here are so well filmed. That was something I was like, girl, go ahead. And when you realize her background, she was a cinematographer on Mudbound, Black Panther, and then Dope. Her being such a great director and being able to nail those fight scenes. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, you would know how to go ahead and handle this shit. The boxing is handled so well and with such respect, which I absolutely love. The chemistry between Ryan Destiny and Brian Tyree Henry, that really is like, that's god tier shit. It's so well done in here, and you understand where his character Jason Crutchfield is coming from. There's definitely some bitterness as you learn about his character and how he kind of had a shot to be what she went. And if there is any advice I could give any of you you younger people listening to the show, if you get a chance to get out of your hometown, get the fuck out of there. It'll always be there. You can go back if you want, but leave your hometown. It is good to get out and see the world. Really does hammer that home, because I think there is, especially with people of color, we see this a lot with pro athletes, that aspect of, oh, I got to take care of, got to take care of my homies, got to take care of my family. And there is that point where you can get stuck in that mindset and it keeps you from growing. And there's an incredible conversation that Jason and Clarissa have about that once she wins, where you're like, yeah, he's right. Don't get stuck. Don't get knocked up by some dude at 18. Like, like it's shitty, but those are things you have to think about as you get older. And I I really like the way that it hammers that home, because there is that point, and I think people forget because it seems like so long ago, but UFC didn't have women fighting for so long, and then Ronda Rousey was chosen to be the standard and the face of that division. And then of course you get all these other women who come in who could beat Holly Holm and and but it's really interesting to see kind of how it gets into the financial aspects of this too, because she's a fucking gold medalist. She won. She represented her country. She comes back. No one wants to sponsor her, and it's like that is fucking insane that you put in all this work. And I really like the way the depths that this goes to. Her mom too. I haven't even mentioned her mom. Her mom, man, there's some shit her mother does that I was just like, oh, you rat shitty bitch. Like, like, what is your problem? Like, there's this point where this dude tries to hit on, not even tries to hit on, fucking tries to grab Clarissa, and he's like, you know, nigga's almost 40, to quote Bad Boys 2. It's one of those moments where you're just like, God damn, like this is the sort of living situation she's in, and so many people get stuck in situations like this. But I thought this was such a great movie. Really caught me off guard in the best way. Really enjoyed this.
And the mother's played by Oliki Adale. It's maybe probably that's not how you pronounce it, but yeah. She's a Nigerian actress there. She was in things like Saw 3D. This is one of her other bigger credits here. Yeah. So yeah, with this movie, is it something groundbreaking in terms of sports biopic films
No,
or sports films in general? No, it's not. I mean, it follows that conventional kind of story there. Underdog story there that you see in most sports films, but it's the execution of it that makes it good. And like I said, the other story there of how this girl is dealing with life in Flint, Michigan, the life after she wins the medal. Because I mean, they basically, they tell her like, I mean, you won the Olympic gold medal, which is huge, but you're excelling as a female athlete in a sport which most people don't really frankly care about. If it was you're a female athlete in volleyball or even the WNBA, you'd have a better chance. You're more marketable that way as opposed to something like boxing.
They basically tell her to smile more. Like that's essentially what they do. They're just like, we like you need to be hotter. Like that's essentially what they tell her. And that conversation is really uncomfortable, but unfortunately it's very relevant when you think about what was his name? Seth Blatter, the guy who used to run FIFA. I still remember a couple, like 5 years ago, him being like, "Oh, when soccer would be popular if we put him in shorter shorts." It's like, Jesus Christ, people, like that shit still happens.
He was on that Shaquille O'Neal shit. Like Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah. It was like one of those things. I was like, oh, like don't know, man. But there is one conversation in this movie that Jason and Clarissa end up having about like money and about how he's really putting himself in a bad position because he's not getting paid to be a boxing trainer, which is something I really think people don't understand that, like sometimes you have to put in time and money into your hobbies and you don't get paid for them. Like, it's not great, but you're passionate about it. And the dramatic scenes between the two of them are really where the movie shines for me. Because there isn't a bad one. Like they're all incredible whenever they're on screen together. It's perfection for me. And of course the big fight they end up having. Yeah, so I'll tune in. I really like this. I enjoyed this a lot. I got emotional at a couple points. Like I said, the fight that they end up having is just such a real fight. Like it's such one of those where you're like, okay. And then like where the movie ends up,
very well done. When you think about like the top of what we've seen just in modern kind of memory, you think of like something like Creed, which that did it really excellently well. Now it's on that not on that level.
It's
but
up there.
It's still solid there, and you could tell this is a lower budget movie. This is $12 million as opposed to something more like bigger budget, like a Creed film there.
Yeah.
So
they maximize that budget though. Like they do a good job of like making like the scenes feel epic. Like the whole Olympic trial she has to go through. Like she takes some shots in that, but they do a good job of making it feel important. Given the more modest budget. So. Yeah.
But it's led by strong performances, especially like you said from Brian Tyree Henry and Ryan Destiny, who are the two leads here. Their relationship, him as her coach, I mean, he's basically everything to this girl. He's a coach,
Yeah.
he's a parent figure, he's the accountant, he's the lawyer, he's the publicist, he's the agent. He's
Yeah, like
basically everything,
yeah.
for this girl there. So their dynamic was really great there. And there's some, I mean, some stuff about her personal life that comes up in this movie there, some very dramatic stuff. Which they don't delve into a whole lot there. They just kind of say it and kind of move on there. Uh, but yeah, that was done really well. So yeah, I enjoy it. I give this also a solid tune in
Yeah.
myself. Yeah,
Nice.
I think people should go Shields. So gave me a person there that I didn't know about. So
Her workouts are terrifying. Holy shit, I would not want to get punched by her. Like God, like they show like some first shit like at the end and like kind of go over her records and all that. Like she's been insanely successful. but yeah, I wasn't familiar with her, but she check it out.
yeah, I saw a video of her. She said she wants to fight Layla Ali. She wants to do like a match with Layla Ali, maybe.
I mean, I like I'd take her to win.
Well,
Like
yeah, I mean, Layla Ali's like almost 50 years old. I mean,
yeah. I mean, like I think she put up a better fight than Mike, but like
yeah,
like don't take that fight. Don't take that fight.
yeah. I mean, we don't want to see yeah. Old people, older people stay out of the ring there in terms of boxing. It's okay.
Yeah, you can be president, but you can't be boxing. Yeah,
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, two solid tune-ins for The Fire Inside. Originally, this movie was going to be called Flint Strong. You like Flint Strong over The Fire Inside?
I actually like Flint Strong. I actually like that. Yeah, I wouldn't have minded that. The Fire Inside is
Kind of generic.
yeah, dude, that's literally the word I was going to use. Yeah, it's a little more generic, so I get actually a very good speech that Brian Tyree Henry kind of gives on the origins of Flint. That I was like, oh, I did not know that. Like, all right, like respect. I appreciate the I appreciate the history lesson, Kendrick. It was a nice little thing that they put in there. But yeah, I actually would have preferred Flint Strong. I think that would have made it stand out more.
And from this is from Wikipedia, but from what I'm reading here, it says Ice Cube was originally cast as the coach,
Oh,
but
thank God that didn't happen.
but
Oh man.
he dropped out after refusing to get vaccinated for COVID-19.
Well, you know what? Dummy. But you know what? Good. We got an upgrade. Yeah, I don't need some what was that football movie he did? The
Uh,
I can't even I can't think of it. I can picture the poster.
I was thinking maybe he was gonna play like his boxing character in that movie, Lottery Ticket or something. He's gonna do
The
that.
long shots. That's the one. Yeah. I don't need to see some the long shots shit. So I'm happy you dropped out. Good.
Yeah. So yeah. Flint Strong, I think that's a pretty distinctive title. It matches the personality of the movie, the theme of the movie. I think. Flint Strong.
Yeah, I really like that better. I'm kind of mad they didn't go with it.
Yeah. So that was our thoughts on Fire Inside there. All right, we got another review. Let me cue that up, and we go ahead and do that one. Still the same people on streaming there. Cal Fury, he's streaming, playing some Marvel Rivals there.
Oh god, that game. Oh, it's so good. It's
You're
so
obsessed
good.
with that game?
So you know what's funny is like I've vlogged like like 14 hours on it. I have friends of mine who vlog like 60, 70 because because I'm still trying to I'm still working too. I'm still trying to get these lists done. But yeah, man, I've got friends who vlog 50 hours easy and I'm just like that's insane to me. So I'm getting there, but yeah, it's a very fun game.
Yeah, Squirrel Girl. That's your main.
I've been going Cap. Cap has
Cap?
been yeah, because I hate getting hit and I get killed a lot. Like I just go in like a tank and just like cause a bunch of damage. I get a lot of assists, but like I'll go on like those like KO streaks. But yeah, I take a lot of like knockouts. So yeah, I can't be one of those like healer characters. I need to be a tank. So yeah, but yeah, it's a fun game. And yeah, they're gonna be supporting that game for fucking years, man. That game is gonna like they're already Yeah, I feel like because I bought fucking Avengers, I should get some sort of credit towards that game. Like I'm still salty about that. But no, it's really fun though. It's really fun. But yeah, and the servers have been working well. I don't think I've waited longer than like
pretty quick.
15 seconds. Yeah, dude, I the longest I waited for a new match was like 25 seconds. But it's kind of creepy how quick the matchmaking is. So yeah, like they're killing it so far.
Wow. All right. So let me do this. We're gonna get into Babygirl. All right. So yeah, Hunter, he let me know. He's like, hey, I can help you with these reviews if you need some help. And he was like, man, I really want to come on and talk about Babygirl. Man, I just love me some Babygirl. There, he was horny for Babygirl.
I did not say anything.
He said, he's like, man, I just can't get enough. I'm this movie's Babygirl. He said.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what we got for our next review here. So yes, this movie is starring Nicole Kidman here, and it's also starring Harris Dickinson. And this movie is directed by Helena Regine, who also directed another movie I liked a lot called Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. So I like that quite a bit there. Now she didn't write that movie; she's writing this movie. And what this movie is detailing is Nicole Kidman plays a very high-powered CEO, boss bitch, I guess, as you call it, girl boss, maybe in some aspects there, represents and all that in all sense of the word there. And she leads a company there about really advancing women in business there, especially in leadership roles. And then she comes across a man named Samuel, who's played by Harris Dickinson. And Harris Dickinson, people might know he was in The King's Man. He was in that. He was Ralph Fiennes' son in that film there.
I knew he looked familiar. I was like, where have I seen that mother? I had to look it up. I was like, oh, that's right. Yeah, The King's Man is like it's fine. I think it's fine. I think it's it's fine. Not as problematic as that second Kingsman movie, which holy fuck, I rewatched that like a year ago, and I was like, why do I not remember the concentration camps? And like Jesus Christ, what were you thinking, Matthew Vaughn? But yeah, he's good. He's really good in this. Like holy shit.
Yeah. And this is about a woman who has a family, has a great job, but is dissatisfied in her love life there, and that leads her seeking out a younger man in Samuel there and beginning an affair with him. And it's about what will she lose? How far will this relationship go? And getting into more of the exploring her sexuality there in this, as you see. Yeah. Oh, you gonna say something?
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, dude, this shit, oof, man, you want to talk about just a bummer of a movie? Like, it's so good at making you sad, and that's kind of what I love about it, is because this is a ticking clock. Like, at some point, she's gonna get caught because this is how it usually happens. Like, if you're having an affair, it's like, will the universe stop you or you can stop it yourself? And like the thing is, she's very dumb, and I mean that in the sense of she's not talking to her partner. And it's one of those things where it's like, if you have needs, if you have desires, especially if you're married, you need to be able to talk to your partner about this shit. And she can't and doesn't. And so because of that, she gets herself in a giant clusterfuck. Also, right out the gate, Samuel is giving off like not quite Christian Grey vibes, but he's giving off real like not chill vibes. Like it's very much under the smoke screen of like, oh, I'm so tall and awkward. And it's like, no, this motherfucker knows what he's doing. And to his credit, it fucking works. Like, he slowly just kind of grinds her down, like just pushes a boundary here, oversteps a boundary here. Like, it's all very subtle, but you see what he's doing. Like, there's this point where she's like, we have 3 minutes to talk, because I'm going to be your mentor. And he's like, actually, I think it's going to be like 5 minutes. And it's just like these little things that he's doing just keep moving the goalposts. And you're just like, man, like, what a tool. But again, it's working. So like he knows what he's doing. Nicole Kidman, she it's so weird. Like she just loves getting like she just
Naked.
loves getting fucked on camera. Like I don't like maybe that's her kink because like between this and like Eyes Wide Shut and like Cold Mountain and Big Little Lie, like she just loves like getting just destroyed on camera. Like I can't imagine her and Keith Urban having sex. That is something that still kind of melts my brain because like I just see Keith Urban. I'm like, really? This is the guy you picked? But yeah, like I think
Oh, I
like,
forgot they were together. Oh.
exactly. See, you couldn't even remember out there together. But she's what? Like she's like 55, something like that.
Yeah, 54. I think she's.
Okay, okay, yeah, go me. So yeah, uh, still looks
Oh,
great.
57. Sorry.
Oh shit. Okay, see, there you go. I mean, still looks great. I mean, could still get it if she. I mean, Nicole, if you ever want to come out, want to have an affair with someone out in on the West Coast, I'll let your boy. but but she's great in this. She's absolutely fantastic in this. I think what is unfair in this kind of a Dark Knight situation, in the sense of I think everyone is going to talk about her performance, is going to talk about Harris Dickinson's performance, and completely fair, they're both great. But Antonio Banderas in this shit is fantastic. He is so goddamn great in this movie. I know we all, think about him voicing that adorable cat, but he's a fuck of an actor. And there's a point in here where he gets to kind of snap, and oh man, that shit is so wonderfully uncomfortable. And I was really liking the movie. Like I liked it until the last 45 minutes. And then I really enjoyed it. Like I loved it. I was like, okay, here we go. Because that's when everything starts to kind of fall apart. And when shit falls apart, it falls apart like the saddest sandcastle. It's kind of beautiful in the way that things break down. There's really so much about this. Like the cinematography is top notch. It's fucking fantastic. The score, the music is great. There's a sequence where
Reminded me a little bit of like Challengers. A little bit. Like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Very, very, very much in that vein. That would actually be a great double feature. I actually did a double feature of Challengers and this, and it was actually quite a bit of fun. So
Edging yourself the whole time there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, dude. Challengers is like, man, that's such a frustrating movie for all the right reasons. Like that. Oh man, Zendaya is a super villain in that shit. But there's a scene where Rami, I think her name, goes to a club with Samuel, and the way that whole sequence is shot is such a like cool fever dream, like kind of Eyes Wide Shut-ish, actually. Like I love the way that scene in particular is shot. The people who play her kids in this movie too, that's what's that, Esther McGregor and Vaughn Riley, I think that's how you say it. You know them from Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then Hunger Games, Ballad of Songs of Snakes, respectively. They're both great in this as well. Like everyone in this really brings it. And we haven't talked about her yet, but Sophie Wilde, she's not going to get a Best Supporting Actress nomination. And to be honest, any other year she would deserve one, because she's right there with Kidman. Like she gets a lot of scenes with Kidman, and she is kind of the first person to really check her on her shit. And she has this great monologue of her about how, I'm not blackmailing you because, like I want money or power or anything like that, but because your bullshit is going to bring this company down. And because you're talking about empowering women, you being selfish could go ahead and derail, the careers of so many women that you don't even you haven't even come in proximity with. Like it's such a great monologue and such a great scene. And she hides her accent so fucking well. I'm just like, oh yeah, she's from fucking Australia.
Talk to me. Yeah, she was in that film.
Yeah, so I have to shout out Nick, because Nick was giving me shit, as he often does. Hey, I'm on the show, you're not. But but she's great in Talk to Me. I actually did finish Talk to Me because I started it, and then I was just like, I'm not feeling it. Went back and watched it and actually really enjoyed it. So I really hope she continues to get more things. The fact she's going toe to toe with Nicole Kidman, fucking nailing it. She's fantastic. So, yeah, I'm such a fan of hers. But yeah, I think it's not even really a complaint. It's just it kind of starts off slow. I found the first third, like the first hour, I was kind of like, okay, this is good. Like it's really good, but it's just good. And then that last hour, it's like, okay, here we go, and that's where it really starts to ramp up. And it starts the same way and it ends the same way as far as the movie is concerned, which I found pretty good with the irony. But yeah, it's a really great flick.
Yeah. So yeah, you got an erotic thriller right here with Babygirl. Very much exploring this dynamic of sexuality, of an affair there, and also in the nature of this relationship being a kind of dom sub type relationship that you have on screen. Maybe hearkening, maybe people might remember that James Spader movie Secretary that you got there that you had, which came out in
Great
02.
stuff.
That was an older movie there. And yeah, I mean, good performances. I mean, both from Nicole Kidman and Harris Dickinson, just everybody involved. I mean, you got a lot of really great performances here. Antonio Banderas, you mentioned him.
Oh, so
And he was really, I mean, he's been turning in some really great performances, especially in the latter part of his career. Now that he's become older, there. Movies like what was that movie, Under the Skin? I believe that
that
movie.
is one of the best sci-fi films in the last 20 years, and so many people haven't seen it. Like which people check that movie fucking out. Like it's so weird because like he's one of the only good things, like maybe the only good thing in fucking Uncharted. Which because that movie is fucking terrible.
What
But
about
between
Expendables? You loved him in Expendables, didn't you?
you know what? God, I forgot he was actually in. I actually forgot. That's the third one. Is that the third one? Or is that the fourth one he's in?
Third
Oh,
one.
so the third one. Okay, yeah, the third one. The third one has Mel Gibson. That one's actually passable, but I couldn't tell you a thing he does in that movie. But yeah, like Puss in Boots in 2011, Haywire, fuck the bitch who stars in that. Machete Kills, SpongeBob movie, fuck yeah.
The Skin I Live In. Sorry, not Under the Skin. That was the Scarlett Johansson movie.
That's right. Yeah, Skin I Live In.
Skin I Live In.
Sad thing is, he's the one thing about Doolittle that's actually good. It's not even Rob Downey Jr. It's Antonio Banderas. No shame in my game. I like those Hitman's Wife movies or the Hitman's Bodyguards films. Yeah, Uncharted is shit. We don't need to talk about that, but he's good in it. And then of course Puss in Boots. And he actually is my second favorite thing in Dial of Destiny.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he was in that.
Exactly. Yeah, I heard Dial that. Yeah. But he's good at maximizing his time, even if he's in something that's not great. So
yeah. And yeah, just the dynamic of this relationship of, they've been together, they say for 19 years. And doesn't seem like, I mean, it's not a, because usually and sometimes when movies about characters who have affairs, it's because of the lack of sex or they're not having enough sex. It seems like he's still very much attracted to her. He's still physically, I mean, he can't keep his hands off of her. He wants to, and he initiates sex. It's just that they're not having the right type of sex. They're not having the sex that she would want to have. She wants to do more stuff, and even leading her to the point where she's trying to figure out is something wrong with herself. She's going to therapy. She's having all this type of stuff like sensory type therapy, and she's goes to therapy where she gets stuck in a hyperbolic time chamber or some shit, and
yeah,
so all this different stuff. So yeah,
it's interesting the conversation this movie has about like kinks in terms of like counseling too, because I do think that's a very interesting conversation in terms of like the shame aspect. And obviously, we shame women in dozens of ways. Never mind. I'm not going to be a dick, but we we shame women in lots of ways, and it's very interesting how she's the CEO of this company, has all this control, and kind of because of that, sexually she wants it to be kind of a 180. She wants to like have no control. She wants someone to there's a scene that would make Homelander blush in this shit that I was like, God damn, like it was actually like it caught me off guard, and thankfully I'm not a big Milk fan anyway. But yeah, there's a lot of moments in this movie that I was just like, damn. And yeah, she looks fucking great. Like I
Yeah,
mean
there's a lot of scenes where she's showing off her butt and she's showing off her body. She's not fully nude. She never gets fully nude in this.
yeah, what a jip. But yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you get some Antonio Banderas. Like no one drops dong in this movie, which, lame. But yeah, I don't think you don't see dong, you don't see boobs, so put those fantasies to bed. I think she's naked in Cold Mountain though. So if you want to see her, naked, you can watch Cold Mountain.
I've never seen that movie.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. It's way too fucking long. It's like I think it's like almost like 4 fucking hours. It's way too fucking long, but it's a good flick. But yeah, like between the score and the soundtrack and the cinematography, like that alone would at least warrant like a viewing of it. But you add in those great performances in there, and this won't crack my top 10, but it'll be an honorable mention. Like I could see why people would vibe with this. It's like 50 Shades, but there's consequences.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and it's good. Yeah, and it's actually like a good fit. Like this movie does bring up like the problematic aspects too of Samuel, because
age gap in here. There's the power not only of the age gap, also she's the CEO. He's just an intern, so they bring that into play.
Yeah,
like, so yeah, they mentioned
there's a point, and it's such fuck it. It's such women logic in the sense of like there's a point where he might be fucking someone else. She's like, I don't want you to be fucking anyone else. And I was sitting there like, bitch, where do you get off telling him not to fuck someone else when you're married? And the movie actually checks her on that. It's like, okay, good, because if you just let that slide, I was gonna be really pissed off. But they actually go ahead and address that. So like every kind of pitfall I was kind of worried they wouldn't address, they actually do. So props to them on that front. Yeah, the director, man, she's clearly got some kinks, because between this and bodies, goddamn. Like
what kink was in bodies.
Oh, I mean, just everyone's just horny in that. Yeah, and yeah, in the opening, I mean, best opening of an A24 film ever. But yeah, like she's clearly she clearly doesn't mind talking about sex. Like Hollywood is getting hornier. Like it feels like we're seeing more like the Power of the Dog with Cumberbatch. He drops dong. You got to see his Eye of Agamotto. Bradley Cooper.
People were saying that Hollywood was getting not so sexual anymore.
I think that's good. I don't think that's true at all. Fucking that Nightmare Alley. Bradley Cooper drops dong. You got to see his Rocket Raccoon.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, in the bathtub, you get to like. So I mean, yeah, like Hollywood seems like it's getting hornier. Which, cool question mark. But but yeah, this is a really great flick. I do think the second half is stronger than the first half, I will say.
So you give it a peak?
Peak's aggressive. I like because again, it's really good. I loved it. I wasn't in love with it, and I tend to save my peaks for those sort of movies. So I'd still say this is really strong tune in. Really strong tune in.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this quite a bit. It was everything that kind of it promised in the trailer there. I think it's a good, sexy, erotic thriller, like how erotic thrillers are supposed to be here. Nicole Kidman still looking good. I think she does well here in this dynamic with Harris Dickinson. I saw this in the theater with it was mostly women. I saw it with mostly women, and I think it was maybe one other guy there, and he was just there, I think, with his girlfriend.
You get any numbers? Were you in the lobby? Were you waiting for some?
It was, I know, black people, we got the stereotype of we talk a lot during movies, but who really talks a lot during old white women talk.
They do, man. Old white women. Like I went and saw Booksmart, and there were several old white women in that movie, and they were, oh man, it was like fucking. I thought I was listening to the talk when I was in there. I was like, God damn. So yeah, you're not wrong.
Because like when he showed up on screen, they went like, oh yeah, he's cute, and there's a scene where something happens with her where somebody tries to threaten her, and they went, oh shit, here we go. Oh shit, it's about to happen, and then there's that, and yeah, so I mean, that's hey, funny. Women, I mean, I think they'll like something like this, and just also exploring the dynamic of relationships and affairs and kinks, as you said, and power dynamics is it makes for an interesting thing. And yeah, it's just like 19 years they've been together, and she doesn't really express any of this to Antonio.
Which is wild. Like that is like the biggest sort of like you can't wait that long. Like I like that was and
But
again, like the movie does check her. Like that's something I really appreciate because like this isn't like the boy next door where they're like, oh, he's 18 technically, like walk a walk. It's like no, like that's bad, and you need to talk about that shit. And yeah, the movie really does cover all of its bases on that front. But yeah, this is a very oh, good.
oh, I was gonna say yeah, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if women, I mean, wait that long, but I mean, there are a lot of women who, never orgasm with their partner. I mean, the studies about that, like what 60% of women, I think.
Yeah,
was-
which that's wild to me. Like
Yeah, so-
damn. So yeah, I yeah, like talk to your partner, people. Like, like yeah, please talk to your partners. like be adults, like have conversations. But I will say all the dialogue in here too. I thought was pristine. I thought the conversations that people have are really well done. There's a conversation that happens in like the final like 25 minutes that I was just like, God damn. Like I was just sitting there like kind of in awe of the conversation. I don't want to spoil, but yeah, there's a Christmas tree around. You'll know. You'll know people when you get there. But that sequence in particular is just one of those scenes where I was like, fuck me, that's intense. And it's so well handled. And it's yeah.
You just
it's
feel so
great.
bad for Antonio Banderas.
Oh my
he really,
god.
he
He's-
loves his wife. He really does love his wife. And wants to please his wife.
Once he finds out, like how he finds out about the affair is just one of those things where you're just like, oh wow, that's a kick in the ball sack. Like it's such a depressing moment. And you just want to give the dude a hug, but he still looks great too. I think he's like in his
64.
60s.
Yeah, he's 64.
Yeah, he looks great, man. He's got the gray, he's got the gray in the beard, and like you actually see him like see him shirtless, and I can't remember if he's naked. I feel like he is at one point, but
No, I think he's just shirt. I think you just see him just shirtless.
is he just shirtless? Oh, okay. But yeah, like he
You
looks
wish he
great.
was more naked.
I will, yeah. I'm projecting. It's my dream journal, but yeah, like but yeah, no, it's a really great flick though. People should check it out. I think especially for older women to see stuff like this, like to actually see like women's sexuality being celebrated and like talked about, So it's a really good flick though.
Yeah, maybe those women then gonna go home, try some stuff with their man there, do some stuff there. So
I mean, yeah, maybe.
I'll do that. So I'd give it a strong tune in. I think it's a strong tune in for me as well, bordering on a peak. So I give it kind of that middle lowish peak territory. There, strong tune in.
Fair enough.
So yeah, with that though, yeah. So a good strong tune in from you and a strong tune in for me for Babygirl.
I do think this will hit differently for women over 40. Like I do think like if someone were to tell me this was my favorite movie of the year, I wouldn't be mad at it. I'd be like, you know what? Fair enough. Like I could see this being some people's like favorite film of the year.
When do women like their hormones jump? Is it after 40, right?
I think it's after 40. Yeah.
They say the hormones jump up.
Yeah.
It's the
Alea's younger than me. I don't know that shit, but
yeah.
But yeah. I think it's after 40.
Yeah, it's like reverse. It's like usually men when they're younger, it's higher, but then with women, they're older, it's higher.
Yeah.
So yeah. So yeah. That was our review for Babygirl. We got one last review, and you're gonna be heading out of here. Yeah. Still same people, Cosmopolitics. She's doing a marathon right now of Dark Shadows. She's watching every single Dark Shadow episode.
That's so random, but hey, like that's actually a good show. That's a fun show. I was gonna say she's not. I hope they're not watching the movie because that
No,
that
she hates the movie.
Okay, yeah, because I was gonna say the movie's not great.
Yeah, she hates the movie. Yeah, so I got that. Oh man. And then let's see, Vanny's still on, Media Portable's still on. What's tonight? What's wrestling tonight? It's
AW's got their World's End pay-per-view.
oh yeah, that's what she's watching. Okay, World's End. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah, no spoilers, people. I'm literally staying off my phone. I'm literally gonna start watching it as soon as I'm done here. So do not spoil shit for me.
Somebody's playing Death Stranding, Guns of the Highgeist. He's playing Death Stranding. So go ahead, bro. Yeah, people. All right. Let me pull up the trailer for this and some of the notes. And all right. Okay. So our last review of the day is going to be for the film. It's setting in 1937, I think is the time period.
Yes, that sounds right.
Yeah, 1937 here, and I think they're in Pittsburgh, I believe they're in.
Correct.
And this is during the time of the Great Depression, and it's the Charles family here, and it's very much like a kind of play type of setting. There's very much few kind of places where they go. They mostly just are in the house, really, mostly where all these characters are kind of interacting with each other, and they have this piano, a piano which is possessed with kind of the enslaved ancestors there from their past. And every time they kind of play the piano, the ancestor emerges from that there. Now it's not like a deliverance type thing here.
No,
Like
no, no.
Lee Daniels, he's doing that type of shit.
Yeah.
It's nothing like that. But that's kind of the basic kind of setup that you have here with that. But yeah, Hunter, what's your opinion on the piano lesson?
It's good. It's just not great. That and Viola just kill that movie. And then Fences, again, Viola Davis and fucking Denzel Washington, and they kill that movie. The film's never in that quadrant of either film. It's never that great. It's always good. And I just was kind of sitting there, I'm like, yeah, this is really, really good. But it's on streaming, and that's where it should be. It should be on streaming.
Damn.
I think, but again, like I'm not saying this is bad. It's just it's a good flick. It's a very good film. It's just not in that that Oscar, that Oscar conversation, which I think they were probably going for. I really thought they should have pushed harder on that for Ma Rainey's, because I think that movie, I still think Chadwick should have won for that shit. I'm still kind of irritated by that, but yeah, this is really good. It's just not great for me.
Yeah. And Malcolm Washington, this is the son of Denzel Washington. This is the other son. This is his directorial debut. And also his brother, like I said, he's in this, John David Washington. Stellar cast of people that you have in here. I think they bounce off each other really well amongst this ensemble. It really does feel like a real family arguing with each other, back and forth, yelling at each other. I think the standout amongst all these great people is Danielle Deadwyler.
She's fantastic in this.
Yeah, she has a lot to do in this, and I think she really stands above there amongst this great talent. She's been in things. She was in I Saw the TV Glow. She was in that.
I still need to watch that. I've heard that's great. I still need to watch that.
And she was actually just in something that just people were talking about on Netflix a lot just recently. She was in Carry On. She was the FBI or detective in that movie there with Taron Egerton. So yeah,
in The Harder They Fall, she was great in that.
Yes, she was in The Harder They Fall. Yeah. With that all-star cast of people.
Yeah.
The Black Avengers was in that.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
So yeah, back when Jonathan Majors had a career there, she was.
Yeah.
And this is based on the work from the playwright August Wilson there, who's done many things that they've adapted before. Netflix. They said Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, which they did. His work has been adapted a lot, like Fences, which also Denzel Washington, he starred in that. So yeah. And I loved Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I did. You brought that in. I did like that a lot. I thought that had very much of a stage play type feel to it. And some movies that, even though it has a stage play type feel to it, can still feel very good and very epic in its storytelling, just due to the performances and the writing of it. Like even something like One Night Miami, which had a very like
to it. which makes it harder for me to go like, oh, you need to go out to the theater, and obviously you don't have to, but but it makes it harder for me to go like, oh man, I would totally go to a theater and check this out. Like I watched Fences in a theater, I watched Ma Rainey's in a theater, and it's like, and those experiences were more immersive, and I felt more for those than and I think part of it too is John David. Like his character is he's such a tool about this piano. Like he's so goddamn stupid about it. And like is the piano just sitting there? Yeah. But the way he walks in, like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and just drag it out of here. It's like, oh, cool, I'm gonna shoot you because you're touching my fucking property. It's like, get the fuck out of my house. And even the conversations they're having about it, I'm like, all right, dude, like you're not owed this shit. And there is a conversation about this character who ended up getting killed, and even that conversation, I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm still team Bernice on this shit. Like you're being an asshole about this. We haven't even really mentioned him yet, but Samuel L. Jackson's in this, and he's fantastic in this. Like he's a very understated performance and I think people, real quick, I think people need to remind themselves that Samuel Jackson can act. Like I know he's been wearing an eye patch for like 20 years and like, and yelling at snakes on planes and shit. But but Samuel L. Jackson is one of the best actors we have working, and he has some great moments in here, really, with the whole cast. And you can feel like he's giving a lot in these scenes to these younger people, like Ray Fisher that he interacts with, like a Corey Hawkins. Really good to see him. Love that brother. But yeah, Samuel Jackson is fantastic in this, and he really is kind of like he's not the main character, but he's almost like everything kind of circles around him, and he's kind of keeping everyone almost accountable in their performances. But he's really great in here as well.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's always really. I mean, even in a bad movie, I think Samuel Jackson, still kind of does well and is really good at that. And pretty much bouncing off everybody. I mean, veteran actor, and his skill, and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, like you said, I mean, out of the movies I named, like Ma Rainey or like One Night Miami, does it come close to kind of the greatness of those films? I don't really think so. I think it's good. I think it's a solid film,
Yeah.
solid directorial debut there.
Yeah, exactly.
From Michael Washington. I want to see him build upon this and grow from this and expand his resume there. But it's just, yeah, it's kind of fine. I know that there was, like I said, a 1995 film which apparently was very successful. It won it was critically acclaimed. It won a Peabody Award. It was nominated for 9 Emmys.
Oh,
So
damn.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and this was had Alfie Woodard in it.
Oh, love her. Well, she's fantastic. Shit, I'm gonna have to watch that version, honestly. Like, yeah, that.
Courtney B. Vance was in this.
Oh shit. Okay.
You had Charles Dutton who was in this as well. So
God,
yeah.
okay, speaking of Black Avengers, okay, shit, I might have to check that. I might
Yeah.
have to check that version out because
Yeah, what if the
damn.
Black Avengers was in the 90s? This would be it. I mean,
Yeah,
you know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah,
So,
hell yeah.
yeah, you got your classic kind of all stars here in this.
Okay,
in this film.
shit,
So,
I might check out that version because yeah, like, and again, like we're not shitting on this, but it's just it's good, but it's good. It's not great. It's good, but I can think of scenes from Ma Rainey's and Fences and One Night Miami, and I haven't watched those films like in a year and a half, but I could still tell you scenes from that movie. I watched this like 3 hours ago, and like I can remember a couple scenes from it, but there's nothing as memorable as like the pool scene in One Night Miami. There's nothing as memorable as Chadwick's monologue about like, I'm gonna leave all you niggas behind when I go ahead and sell my records. There's nothing as memorable as Denzel and Fences talking about like I don't need to like you, I go ahead and provide for you. Like there's nothing.
I thought Danielle scene with her monologue towards the end.
Okay, fair enough. Like I do think that's a great scene. It's just I just don't know if I'm gonna remember that like a year from now. And like I can remember those scenes very vividly, years after seeing them. I just don't know if come this time next year, if you're like, oh, remember that piano scene? I'd be like, I think we remember it, but it's not gonna stick in my mind with those other scenes, those other three
Remember when they were fighting
scenes.
on that piano? Remember they were doing that fighting over that?
Right, right. But I will say I do like the history of the piano. Samuel L. Jackson kind of has like a whole monologue about like why the piano is important, and I really like that. And to piggyback off you, Bernice's kind of monologue about it and about why she won't sell it, I thought was actually very powerful. There were some very good Spike moments in this movie. I just felt like it was kind of like cruise control to an extent. Like you get a Spike here and there, but I think the movie was okay with just being good, but not striving for greatness. Is the best way I could put it. So.
And I've never seen the original play of Piano Lesson. And like I said, I've never seen the 1995 version. I wonder if Ray Fisher's character Lyman, because they treat him like he's that character that got shot in the back of the head. What was that book called?
Oh God.
Damn, what's the name of that book? You know what I'm talking?
I do. I'm high. I can't remember the name, but I know what you're talking about. But
When the character got shot back in the head.
Yeah.
They kind of treat him like he's that type of guy. Something.
But you know what though, like credit to Ray Fisher, like it was good to see him, because
he's good in this.
Yeah, he is good in this, and I know I've been giving him shit because Rebel Moon, don't even fucking get me started. But yeah, it was good to see him in something like this because it gives me hope that maybe he can go ahead and get out of that Snyder shadow and go ahead and have a good career for himself. But he's very good in this.
Yeah, Of Mice and Men. That's what it was.
Thank you. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
So yeah, there was that. Man. But yeah, he's solid in this. Yeah, Ray Fisher. I want to see him do some more stuff. I liked him when he was. Did you see him in True Detective?
I did. I did see him in True Detective. He was great in there too.
Yeah, he was. Mahershala Ali's son in that.
Yeah, that's a very underrated season. Like I know people I don't know why people shit on that season. I really dug that season a lot. I think that's a great season of TV. But I like it better than the last season, which I think is
the Jodie Foster season.
Yeah, I think that season is rough, man. And I don't like. I've read people say like, actually, it's deeper than you think. I'm like, it's not. Like like this is kind of kiddie pool shit. Like, let's call it what it is. But but Fisher's good in that season. Yeah.
So what would be your rating for Piano?
Man, this is the one I'm actually kind of struggling with. Like, because a tune in is way too high. Like that's too aggressive for this. So I'm gonna say like a high stream it. This felt a little long. It felt like 15-ish minutes, like too long. Like it just pacing wise, it just felt a little off for me. Which is kind of why I think the high stream it is fair. But
Okay.
But I think, I do think it's a good flick, and I think Malcolm Washington, I think if this is their floor, I'd like to see him do more drama, because I think he does have a knack for it, and I think the way he captures these performances is very well done. But I think a high stream it is fair.
Okay, so 2 high stream it for the Piano Lesson. Yeah, thank you, Hunter. Thanks for joining me, man.
Yeah, of course, man.
Much appreciated. I'm gonna go ahead and raid somebody. Mini Portable. I'll go ahead and raid her. Since you're a wrestling guy, she's a wrestling gal.
There
I'll
you
go
go.
ahead and give her a raid. She's watching AEW right now. Yeah. So Hunter, let people know where they can find you, where they can get all your stuff, what's coming up next, all that good thing.
Yeah. So you can find the show on YouTube. Make sure you hit the bell at The Real Pineapple, REEL Pineapple. You can find me on IG at J Hunter Real Pineapple and TikTok at J Hunter Real Pineapple. You can find the show pretty much wherever you listen to podcasts: SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Stitcher, iHeartRadio.
What the hell was this? Yes, I ran about the ugliest house in America. What?
Yeah. So quick story. My lovely partner and I, we were scrolling through Hulu, and we this show randomly popped up for like newly added TV, and like I love Retta. I mean, Parks and Rec, like she's wonderful. And we just started watching this show, and we couldn't sleep, and we binged the first season in like basically that night. But the woman who fucking like does the renovations, what's her name? They're Allison Victoria or whatever, that chick. She cannot help herself with making shit black. And it's just like it's just like, bitch, can you go ahead and like open up a swatch book and learn that there are other goddamn colors? Like
black is a very good color though.
it is. I mean, it's a great color, but she's painting like the outsides of houses black. It's like, that's fucking stupid, and it looks shit. And like, I went on her website because like I went down this fucking rabbit hole what was the movie I watched here that kind of broke my brain? Oh, God's Not Dead. Yeah, that shit kind of broke my brain for a couple days. But I went on her website, and like that's her style. It's just like dark black charcoals, maybe a dark green every so often. It's like, there are other colors on the color wheel. Like, goddamn, like, can you like open the swatch book up a little bit?
And her man ain't even black.
Yeah, right. Right, yeah. What's her excuse? But and she's also very condescending on the show. Like, she'll ask people like, "Oh yeah, what is your kind of your vibes?" Like, "Oh, I'm kind of going for like a maybe like this sort of theme." And then it's like, "Oh no, I'm gonna make everything black." It's like, "Oh my god, you lazy asshole!" Like like do your goddamn job. And heading into 2025, I've decided that if I'm gonna talk, like, I usually tag, like, I've tagged Zack Snyder and like Tyler Perry and like reviews. Like, it's like if I'm gonna talk shit on you, I'm gonna make sure you know. So like no shame in my game.
HGTV,
Yeah,
home.
So I went ahead and I tagged HGTV, like, that hosts the show, and it's like, like, feel free to come on The Real Pineapple and tell me why you make such shitty decisions when it comes to renovating these houses. I'd love to talk to you. But yeah, so I would definitely recommend checking out the show, because it's actually a very entertaining show, and some of those houses are fucking terrifying. But yeah, as far as what she does with a lot of the renovations, yeah, I think me on Oxy could probably go ahead and design a better house. So yeah, come on, girl, do your job, open up that swatch book. But yeah, apparently they're doing another season of it. So we're I think they have 4 seasons on Netflix, or on Hulu.
Damn.
So yeah, it's a fascinating show. It's a very fascinating show to watch. But man, just be better, people. Try harder.
So this is all the links there. Blue Sky. You can also follow Hunter there.
Yes. Blue Sky is great. And then as I mentioned, I'm gonna have my interview with Ramina Dugo up on listening platforms tomorrow, as well as my review for I Like Movies. Best and worst of will be up by the end of January. God, what else? Review for Sonic 3 Knuckles will be up on Monday. I'll have a review for AEW World's End. The pay-per-view is on tonight. I'll have that up on Tuesday. Yeah, so lots of stuff coming up here. And then I don't know what comes out next week. Something comes out next week, right? There's gotta be something.
Yeah, something comes. I think it's that damn, what is it? Damn, is it Den of Thieves, right? Is it Den of Thieves?
Oh, is that what it is? Oh God, if that's what it is, I'm not seeing that shit. Let's see.
I think it's Den of Thieves.
Okay, Cinemark's not showing me shit for a new release, so maybe there isn't anything. Oh God, well, there is one thing. It's that fucking Christian Angel Films Homestead bullshit. I'm not seeing that. I already saw God's Not Dead. I'm not putting myself through that shit. But yeah. I'll have a review for a Strange Darling, and then a review for oh my God, what did I just fucking watch?
Beauty in the Black.
No, God, is that a movie?
No, it's a show.
Oh, it's a show. Oh,
Tyler Perry show.
God damn, like, it's amazing how you know all these Tyler Perry shows. It's like, man, like the amount of time you could put into like anything else. And then I'll have a review for Borderlands, which, goddamn, like, studios, can y'all try? Can y'all put a little bit of goddamn effort into these fucking $200 million tent poles that you just shit out? Like, oh my God, Borderlands is so bad. Like, It's like it's. I was so mad earlier. I was like, why? Like, yeah, man. That's
Wallace and Gromit. That's coming out next week.
I'm hyped for that. That I'm excited for. That's another reason
On
I've been
Netflix.
delaying the list because I want to watch that shit. Yeah. I'm ready for that.
I don't think I've ever even seen a Wallace and Gromit.
Oh, they're fun, man. Yeah, that's the same studio did like Chicken Run, but yeah, those movies were fun.
All right. So yeah, yeah, you can find Hunter. I'll make sure to put his links in the description below. I'm gonna be back tomorrow. I'm gonna be back 6 p.m., probably 6 or 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm gonna be doing reviews for Carry On. I'm gonna be doing a review for Azrael. I'm gonna be doing a review for
Well,
Juror
Azrael, let's go. Oh, that movie's so good.
Yeah, some more weaving. So
that movie is gonna piss some people off so bad with the ending, and I kind of love the movie more because of the ending. Like, just if you haven't seen it, just know that if you're super religious,
seen a trailer for it actually.
So I had someone like I just got a random email like, hey, this movie exists. I was like, sure, I'll watch it. And that movie will upset some people, but it's good stuff.
Okay, more than what's the Sydney Sweeney movie, The Nun, right? More than that.
Immaculate or
Immaculate. That's what.
Yeah, that one. I haven't seen that, dude. So that is the thing. I don't do demon shit. I'm not like demon shit is like, yeah, it's like Paranormal Activity, like all that shit. No. I like my sleep to get that shit out of here. But I heard that was good. Nick liked it. I mean, Nick likes anything that has a but I heard it was good.
I liked it. I thought, I liked it. It was good. Sydney Sweeney, she really, that was like her passion project, I guess. She put a lot of
she was. Which you know what? I actually finally watched Madam Web. Like, it's dumb. It's dumb as fuck. Like, do not misunderstand. But I don't know. I didn't. Maybe the Sony verse just beat my ass down. And I can't be angry about it anymore. I didn't see Craven either. I was just like, I'm not putting myself through this shit. But it's dumb. But it's not Joker dumb. It's not Red One dumb. But yeah, like she got that movie out of it. So hey, that's something, I guess.
Yeah. I think it got overshadowed by First Omen and it clears it. First Omen.
I heard all my horror friends that love, like all my horror friends have sung nothing but praise on the First Omen. So I'm happy that horror fans, it seems like for the most part, are having a good year. I have not watched Night Swim yet. Because I know, but like that's bit like Nick has been bitching all year about that movie, so I feel like I need to watch it because I'm just like I'm morbidly curious now because like if it'll hit the worst stuff for me. But yeah, people I have talked to about Night Swim have not been fans.
That's some of my worst stuff actually.
Is it? Oh shit! Oh, it's on your worst. Oh, okay. I am gonna have to check it out next week. It's short too, isn't it? It's like 95 minutes, some shit like that. Like
it's pretty short.
Oh, and it's still in here. I'm curious now. All right, that might be some Unfrosted territory. We'll see.
But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and raid Mini Portable right now. Thank you again to Hunter. Thank you again to everybody that showed up. Like I said, be back tomorrow streaming, and I'll be back Monday streaming as well. In case you don't see us any on streams, make sure to have a good New Year. Stay safe, all that good stuff there. Doing
Uber people, like DUIs are expensive. just take it. I know there will be a surcharge, but just Uber your ass home.
All right, people, stay tuned.